Welcome to Streeter Motorsports. Today is going to be a new type of video. It's going to be new shop tool additions and a quick explanation about why we're getting this new tool. So episode number 1, 12-inch metal cutting saw. We're getting this because we don't really have a very efficient way of cutting.
We have several efficient ways. Right there's your abrasive. Behind you is your bandsaw.
I'm going to talk about those.
We have lots of good plasma torch.
Right, so
we have lots of great ways to cut metal.
We have ways of doing it, but we don't have the way of doing it that we want to have. So now we have the way that we want to have. I have some exhaust projects I'm going to be working on soon, cutting out pie slice exhaust pieces. I want to wait to do that very, very precisely and very efficiently. So this is the current method that we had for cutting all sorts of types of metal. The exhaust jobs that I did for the TLX and for my Jeep were both cut with this bandsaw. And this bandsaw, it works. It's not bad at its job. It has this flexible cutting blade that loops around like I talked about in the other video. Sometimes this can flex, it can cut it at a slight curve and wander. It does take a little bit longer to cut each piece out than we'd prefer. It'd be a lot easier if we could just cut them out as we need. Got this from Amazon. So ordered this from Amazon. We made a trip around to Home Depot, and then when we discovered that it wasn't at that Home Depot, we looked all around all of New England basically, and nowhere within like 50 miles at least had it, so we ended up just ordering it from Amazon. So we had to wait a couple of days, but in the meantime we were able to get some other supplies for other projects, so it's not a big deal we had to wait. This guy up. It's pretty heavy. I'd say at least 40 pounds. We got safety goggles. We don't have enough of those, so you know, safety first. Safety third. And you know, we got instructions which we don't need. I have actually not used one of these before. Oh, there's got to be a lock somewhere. Okay. So what makes this blade and this cutter as effective as we want are these carbide tips right here. So you can see the blade will turn this way, and on each one of these teeth there's an extra little carbide tooth. Super hardened carbide, right? It's also 12 inches in diameter, so each one of these normally will heat up as soon as it starts cutting through metal, but since there's so many of them and they're spread out, that heat will get dissipated throughout the entire blade, and it'll cause parts not to get as hot. I mean, right off the rip, this is a very nice looking chop saw. So we might test this out. All right, so test number 1, Makita chop saw. We're just gonna cut this little piece of 16 gauge steel.
I just cut, I'm touching it, it's small, it's not hot at all, and you can see that the cut is really good. It's super easy, fast, cool, no sparks.
So now we got to make some parts. Some of the parts are secret, so I'm not gonna film this whole thing, but this is the saw that we're gonna be using. I'm gonna have some exhaust jobs going on soon for the Gladiator that Sam just got. He wants to do an exhaust job for that, and then I also want to start making some copies of the exhaust that I have on my Jeep, just to have, you know, something available if someone wanted one. I could ship one out. But yeah, so we're gonna get to cutting some pieces out, and see you guys next time. Bye.